Check one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 1356 Public House for the Season 21 Division Draw for the SWBL. We're excited to be here at 1356 on this Sunday morning. We got about 15-ish people from the league out. Representatives from all teams are here. It's the first time, Gus, that we've had people from every single team, maybe in the past 3 or 4 years. Marlins, you'll see in just a moment, they have a proxy coming in for them in the next tier. But Gus, it's nice to see the faces. Thanks for coming in this weekend, basically just for this.
Absolutely, it's going to be a good time, and it's always fun to be back and talk football for a little bit.
1356 Public House was our presenting sponsor last year, and they've been our biggest sponsorship to date in these 21 years, back-to-back years for them. So we want to thank 1356 Public House. We're here enjoying beer and some food, and I got the Cajun turkey melt, and their seasoned fries are to die for. If you have you can. If you got tater tots, that might have been your mistake, but you'll find out. So we will be right back in this room for the Friday night social event, and we will also have some other podcasts and different things that we'll do throughout our off season for season 21.
In just about 99 days, Sam. Can you believe it?
99 days. Yeah, we just had the 100 days countdown begin this past week, so we are approaching the season faster than we could ever imagine. Once you get to winter meeting, it kind of excitement starts to roll in, but once you get after division draw, that's when the season really begins. We know who's in our division, you know who you have to play against twice in the season, and then we can start working on schedule, and we can start getting everything rolling from that. I feel like it's one of the more exciting times.
Yes, especially for you as commissioner. Planning the schedule and kind of getting the season rolling.
Getting the checklist items off.
Yes, absolutely. So this is the big one.
Yeah, and your family is in attendance too. They're also in attendance. Your kids are here as well. They just came and visited and helped us set up the camera and everything. So didn't want to be on the camera with us, no. But no, it's a family-friendly atmosphere here at 1356 Public House, and we're excited to get back here on the Friday night social event this year for season 21. Friday, opening day of Memorial Day weekend. Speaking of which, they might be able to hear your son crying right now.
That's right.
All right, so let's get down to some other sponsors we want to thank. We have our division sponsors for this year, and we'll kind of get these out as we go. But we have our Corner Pub and Grill. They are returning this year for the second year in a row as a division sponsor. Used to be our presenting sponsor, now a division sponsor, and turning into a loyal division sponsor for us. Speaking of loyal division sponsors, Cardinal Blinds and Shutters and Koetting Eye Center are also coming back for yet another year. For the SWBL divisions. Koetting Eye Center, I was just there on Thursday. Got my eyes checked for the first time since COVID. And it barely has changed. Dr. Castellano, yes, all three Castellanos, Joe, Carmen, and Nick, do a fantastic job. Nick Castellano was my doctor this past Thursday, and barely my eyes have changed, but I did get new glasses, so I'll be into Koetting Eye Center to pick those up quite shortly.
What's the style?
I got a similar style, but they're more sporty-ish, but they're black rim.
You plan to wear them full time, like when we play with them all?
I think it'll be my wiffle ball glasses.
Awesome.
Whereas these will be my everydays. Yeah. They're just a little more. They're Ray-Bans, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. They weren't too expensive. So these are Converse, for everyday use, and then my Ray-Bans will be for probably more sporty attire. And then, of course, Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. They have done every single window treatment in my house. And coming up next January, I'll be calling them again to the entire front of my house. We're getting plantation shutters from Cardinal Blinds and Shutters.
State-of-the-art, modern.
Yes, yeah. And our neighbors actually use Cardinal Blinds and Shutters, and they have the plantation shutters. They look so great, we're going to come back to them and get the same ones. So thank you again to all of our division sponsors. We will place those inside of our other sponsor, Breck X Spencer Gear. They're always right there for us for all of our any needs we have for attire, like hair, or anything we need. So we want to thank them, and also Andy's Frozen Custard and Daly's Smokehouse back again for this year. And we also have some cool announcements. We'll have Breckenridge Brewery and another brewery is joining the fold.
Oh, is that really?
We can announce this finally. Four Hands Brewery, brewery will be joining the SWBL sponsorship family.
Exciting, yes.
Woo! Very exciting. Oh, yes.
I love beer.
So Four Hands Brewery, we're going to do an event for them at Keener Plaza. Actually, we're very excited about it during the Cardinal season, and we're hoping to get a lot of Missouri wiffle ball representation, SWBL guys, maybe some MOWIF guys to come out and kind of share in that love that we have. And it's going to be an exciting day to see Keener Plaza. They have a grant that they're actually trying to build up Keener Plaza. So we're going to help them out with that, with a little event we're going to put on. And they're going to provide us with some in-kind donations and also just some other things too. A big tent maybe possibly to come for SWBL. So we want to thank Four Hands and our Breckenridge Brewery also returning with our contact we have there. Max effort, indeed. All right, so we have some other sponsorships we'll probably announce soon. We're still waiting on getting those coming in as we go. Let's move on from it though. Here at 1356, our presenting sponsor. Our food has been ordered, drinks are in hand. Here are your tiers for the 2023 season of the SWBL for all three of our Cardinal, Corner, and Koetting divisions. Tier 1, Gus, it starts with you guys. Championship winners from last year. And you faced off against my team, the Orioles. And you guys bested us in that very high octane game. But after that, the Twins round out the top three tiers. And, a lot of people have said that these are the top three teams from last year, top three teams going into this next year. So it definitely has tiered out more appropriately than last year, having the Orioles in tier 3. So moving on to tier 2, the 4 and 5 seeds, we had the battle of the first two ever playoff appearances for the Marlins and the White Sox, and it was a great wild card game. The Marlins edged out on a walk-off home run from Jordan Smith against the White Sox. So the Marlins will be drawing first for tier 2, followed by the White Sox, and then the Astros, who were ones left looking out. So the Astros will be there.
There's some breaking news.
Oh my gosh, we have breaking news from the audience.
We're re-signing Jack White.
Oh, and we have a re-signing
announcement signing.
Just happened.
Well,
Off season's crazy.
Crazy stuff. Jack Light has officially re-signed with the Expos here live as we're about to announce Tier 3. And Tier 3 will begin with the Athletics. And then Athletics will draw first in Tier 3 and just missing the cut over the Astros for Tier 2. And then the Rockies, struggling season last year, but it's a team that can definitely bounce back and make a run at
They've had a year together now, and maybe they'll mesh a
Sure,
little bit better.
definitely. And Grant Boyd, the glue, obviously will be returning. Yeah.
Let you imagine.
And then we have the Expos. They went 1-9 last year. They're at the bottom. They will get whatever is left over, but you know that they are ready to fire on all cylinders coming into season 21.
Yeah, always make a comeback.
And now with Jack Light signing, that really bolsters their lineup.
Absolutely.
As long as they use him more.
Their best hitter.
Yeah, best hitter from 2022.
Maybe in every game appearance.
Maybe, we'll see. All right, so that is our divisions. We are going to get started here, folks. If our food comes, if more drinks comes, just ignore that as we go along. But we would like to invite Kevin Poley, a fan favorite here in the SWBL, to come on up to the screen to represent the Yankees. His brother Scott not in attendance today, and obviously Gus hosting. You're a little tall, you may have to crouch down, Kevin. But, always going to have the seats. Scoot on in. That's a great idea.
That's a great idea for the guests that are going to be joining the show.
Kevin, you're also just, you understand the contents a little more than all of us. So we were going to have them stand, but sitting's a great idea. Kevin, how are we doing? What's been your most recent travel lately for jobs?
Vegas.
Vegas. What'd you do out there in Vegas?
I work with some friends.
NFL all day in Vegas. The travels are always fun to watch. Follow Kevin Poley on Instagram and all that he does. The work is amazing. Last year, all of our graphics were second to none in our games, and so many compliments around the local world. So thank you, Kevin, for all that you do. Kevin, we're obviously with the Yankees. How's the team feeling after coming off of a championship victory? And you have another championship. You weren't there at the title game before, but this is basically your first bread and butter championship. How did it feel to kind of get over that hump?
I mean, I don't really consider the first one a championship for me because you don't get to pop the bottles of champagne on the field with your bros, and it doesn't count.
Well, you have 2 on your resume, but you may only think it's 1. But you definitely helped your team get there that first year as well. We're going to get started. Gus is going to hold it. Your draw here doesn't really matter. You're kind of just setting the tone. Tier 1's just kind of setting the tone at this point. But we're still going to see what comes. Are you hoping for any specific sponsorship to represent?
Cardinal, Corner, or Koetting?
No.
All right. No, indeed it is. Here we go. The first draw.
Don't cheat.
For the one that doesn't really matter for Tier 1.
He's cheating.
Yankees.
The Yankee way.
Will be in the Koetting Eye Center Division. I'm sure the Castellanos will be happy they're getting the former champs. Good luck in season 21, Kevin, and thanks for being here today for the division.
Mitch, thanks for all you do.
All right, Kevin Poley, everyone. Kevin Poley, a household name in the wiffle world, indeed. Many people know who that man is. And had a breakout year for you guys, for the Yankees. I mean, incredible in the playoffs, incredible year for him.
Best year he's ever had.
Yeah. So if you guys build upon that, it's going to be hard stopping you again in 2023. All right, let's call up Mr. Peter Light. Peter Light will be representing the Orioles. His brother John, not able to be here today. Peter waves to the audience, but he's not on camera yet.
Oh, it's a fist bump for the crowd.
Oh, good, yes. Peter, sporting the Orioles hat, so of course had to get him down here. Peter, how are we doing?
Good. Southwest chicken salad.
Got Southwest chicken salad. You know, that's one of my go-tos as well.
First time?
I love the Southwest chicken salad. Get the beans, the corn, Southwest ranch sauce. It's good stuff. So, Peter, Orioles had a tough championship game. That's why you're here second, sitting down. You actually technically hit a walk-off home run. Just hit the tree, but obviously that technically means it's a double. But how did it kind of feel in that moment?
Well, I feel for the lefties. I mean, they've been fighting to reduce the trees for a while, and I'm on board now. So let's think about that.
Well, Peter, it was a close game, but you had an incredible game. What was it, Gus?
Yeah, like 6 home runs.
6 for 7
Yeah.
with 6 home runs.
Crazy.
So if you build upon that, you're going to be back to MVP status coming in for season 21. Koetting Eye Center, you're not going to play the Yankees, you're not going to play the Twins. Does it feel good to finally have that spread out mentality? I mean, they were spread out last year too. It worked out that the Orioles, Twins, and Yankees were all spread out, but going into this season is spread out, or do you kind of want that competition, facing off?
No, I think the tiers are perfect. It's the first time we really nailed it coincidentally, so just happy to be here, really.
All right, well, you get a division that starts with a C, Cardinal or Corner. Here it comes.
Let's do it.
All right. The Orioles will be
Corner bar.
in the Corner Pub and Grill division. So Corner will be with the Orioles. All right. So Koetting Eye Center has the Yankees. Corner Pub has the Orioles. Pete, thanks for being here. Enjoyed that Southwest chicken salad.
Yes, you betcha.
All right. Next up, we are joining in the booth with the nice brick wall background, Mr. Chris Metter, the captain of the SWBL Twins. His teammates Spencer booing him as he approaches. Chris, working good as well. Obviously you already know you can still draw it out of the bucket, the Breck-X bucket. Once Gus finishes fixing the G on Koetting. Draw it out of the Breck-X bucket. We'll talk about it. Cardinal Blinds and Shutters will be your division. Chris, how's the team feeling? Are they hungry to get back to the championship game, or is it just kind of business as normal for the Twins leading up to season 21? Just get there and see what happens.
Yeah, we're always hungry. Always main goal is to get there, just get to the playoffs, and then get some bounces, get some outs, hit some balls, get them over the fence. But yeah, our main goal is to just be there.
Yes, and
Be in the playoffs.
I think the real question everybody's been wondering this offseason is Will Rath taking over Ed Lowe's 4 spot, or what's going to be the play there, or are you just keeping it close to your chest?
Yeah, probably. We say that every year though, and then Ed Lowe somehow convinces us that this is his year,
Okay.
and we can't say no. So
Ed Lowe has been on a trajectory of having a great year, then having a terrible year back to back. It seems like it's been back-to-back down years for Ed Lowe. So maybe he is due for a monster season, and I'm sure he will try to play that up with you guys. Same thing. The Orioles. We asked Peter the same thing: splitting Twins, Yankees, and Orioles. Do you agree with the tiers this year, and do you think that's a good start for all of them to kind of be spread out from those teams? Is there any team you want to see from Tier 2 in your division?
no team in particular. Yeah, I like how the tier is laid out. It's just one extra game, but it is nice to maybe not throw a pitcher against certain teams throughout the regular season. So, yeah, I like how it lays out.
All right, well, good luck in season 21. We hear Spencer Bogad's new contract is guaranteed to bat in second the whole entire year, plus the McGriddles. So it's good signing for that as well. But batting first, I assume, will be yourself. So good luck in season 21.
All right, Chris. See
Easy
you later,
deal for
man.
an MVP.
All right, we'll show you the tiers after tier 1. We have the Twins in our Cardinal Blinds and Shutters division, the Orioles in the Corner Pub, and of course the defending champion, the Yankees, in the Koetting Eye Center Division. Now this, Gus, is where it gets interesting,
Yes.
right? Because now you're starting to see matchups. You're starting to see the next tier starting to sweat, right? You're starting to see these three members of the next tier really starting to say, okay, which program do I want to face off? Which franchise do I want to see twice? Yankees, Orioles, Twins, and really it might be a toss-up for most because all these teams have pitching and hitting. So you just kind of have to take the bull by the horns and go with it. So we are very pleased to announce the proxy for the Marlins this year is Miss Annie Lights, Annie Erickson, excuse me, as they are married, but formerly Annie Lights. Annie, come on into the booth. I believe, all the Marlins couldn't be here today, but how's it feel that they sent you as their contact person? Obviously, we know you have a strong voice as maybe media manager, marketing for the team, but how's it feel to represent the voice?
This is, believe it or not how I wanted to spend my Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
They owe me, but happy to represent them.
Yes, they were the franchise of the year last year. It's their second time winning franchise of the year. Do you think it hurts them that you are here, or does it still, add a little flair that none of these other guys brought, someone else, outside of maybe a wife or someone else that could join them? But what do you think? Does this hurt them or help them?
I think everyone's going to think it hurts them, but I think it helps them.
Okay, all right.
I think you guys needed some diversity. A lot of white men in the room.
Okay.
And I think it's just a testament to how much I love those boys.
There you go. And looking at the tiers, these teams. You've been following the SWBL for so long. Your brother, Southwest Chicken. We're gonna get some food in here, but no big deal, people. And you've been following this since your second oldest brother, Andrew, had to do the math there for a second. Started this league back in 2003 with myself, Brett, and Kevin. And, which of these teams, Yankees, Twins, and Orioles, do you think your guys want to be a part of, or do you think it matters at all?
I know they want the Yankees.
They want the Yankees.
I know that.
They want the champs.
They want me to pull Koetting.
They want you to pull Koetting. So they want the champs. They want to go after the big guns. Okay, well, Andy, let's not waste any more time. Here you go. You are pulling for the boys. This is the Fish's turn. The SWBL Marlins, huge season last one, and you pull Koetting Eye Center.
Oh no, that's for me, but I'm sitting over there.
Boom. Oh yes, yeah, that would make sense that you knew it was the guy. Marlins, thank you, Andy, for being here. Enjoy that pretzel. All right, very good. The Marlins will be joining the Yankees. Gus, what do you think about that? Marlins, maybe the hottest team from 2022, and they joined your division.
Like you said, I think it's a testament to how the tiers laid out. The Marlins, White Sox, and Astros are all going to be a tough team.
Yeah, all going to be tough.
But the Marlins are hot, so it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to play twice.
That duo of Luke Bakula and Jordan Smith might have cemented themselves as one of the best duos in the league.
Honestly, they were both top 5 in MVP probably. So
as long as they repeat that for next year, then the Marlins should be right back.
Absolutely.
Into the playoffs.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Bacon burger, potato tots.
Yep.
There it is.
Thank you so much.
All right, next up, we are going to call Mr. Derek Cornell, who is here for the White Sox. And the White Sox had no representation last year in the SWBL division draw, despite Jackson Crosley being a huge longtime member of 1356 Public House and pretty much helped us get this sponsorship. But Derek, thanks for being here. Finally, the White Sox get a little love on camera. We didn't have to pull for them. But how's the team feeling? Are you any talks in the offseason? I know it's youth force still going, but is there any talks about possibly adding a fifth, another arm? Anybody, or are you guys just going to roll with you and Ty splitting the number 2 spot? Any talks?
Yeah, there's always conversation around opportunities to get better. So if there is somebody that we can add or anything that we can do adjustment-wise with the roster to improve, I'm sure we'd be willing to do that. But don't have anything concrete for you.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure you guys can hold it close to your chest. Plenty of time still left to sign for the roster. And the White Sox and the Marlins faced off in that wild card game, and you guys were so close to getting over that hump. And I think just getting into the playoffs was a great start for you guys. But I know you guys, all being somewhat veteran players, have been around for a while. You're ready to get to that next level, first playoff win, and into the title game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially the other guys who've been in the league for a while. Myself now, 3 or 4 years at this point. Yeah, aspirations and expectations are high, but first year together, kind of learning each other, learning how we're gonna all kind of fit together and what the winning formula is. The expectations can raise a little bit. I think we're just trying to get better.
Keep getting better. I agree.
Yeah.
And these 5 teams, 5 playoff teams, will probably be probably ranked 1 through 5 the same way again. Right. You got to believe. So it's going to be interesting to see if any team can sneak ahead of you guys, or if you can sneak ahead of one of these teams because you have the talent to do so. All right, let's get that draw going. The White Sox will be joining either the Twins and the Cardinal or Orioles in the corner. They have drawn. Gus didn't take out Koetting Eye Center from the previous one. Wow. So,
hey, put him in there.
Tension is building here. As the
Koetting again.
Cardinal Blinds and Shutters. All right, Cardinal Blinds.
AL Central. What are you in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Twins and White Sox, both in the AL Central. Cardinal Blinds and Shutters will be joining the Twins. How's it make you guys feel? First initial reaction. Twins obviously the lowest tier. Tier 1 team, the lowest in the Tier 1 team, but not by much, let's be honest. We're still the Twins.
No, it's those top 3, 4, 5, 6 teams really are all kind of toss-ups, I think. Me personally, I don't love facing lefty Will Rath a couple of times, but I think overall, we're happy to.
Yeah, you guys might have the most lefties, so having a lefty-lefty matchup doesn't help you guys. But all right, well, good luck in season 21. Enjoy your food, Derek. Thanks for being here. All right, Gus, let's call up Cam. Cam already knows where he's going, so we have an easy conversation to talk about here. Cam, thanks for being here to represent the Astros. And go Battlehawks. Battlehawks begin their season as well today, so that's very exciting. But Cam, obviously you've seen how it plays out. Top 6 teams can all contend for a playoff spot in the title. You're with the Orioles, who had a good season last year. You guys almost got over the hump against the Orioles last year. Were we in the same division last year?
I believe so.
We were, with the Athletics.
Yeah.
This could be the same exact division if the Athletics pull.
That'd be fun.
It would be fun to repeat again. But, what's it going to take to finally defeat the Orioles, coming into that? You guys are pretty much seemingly rolling back the same roster of 6.
Yep.
But it could change, who knows, there's a lot of offseason left to go. But what's it going to take to kind of get over the hump, just division-wise, with the Orioles?
I think it's going to help see you guys a lot. We've seen you guys last year a couple times. I played against you a lot. My first home run ever in the league and my first at bat off of Brett. So got some experience against you guys. But I think our key is just going to be to have fun this year. I think we put a little too much pressure on ourselves last year after our first playoff appearance to get back. We're going to focus on having fun this year. And just drinking a lot of beer and playing some wins.
And Jimmy Stout had an incredible year for you guys.
Phenomenal. He's only getting better too. After coming back in his first year, he's going to be even better this year.
And he's getting a lot more reps, with our brother-sister league, Mullet, as well. He's getting a lot of reps there. But, Jimmy Stout had a great year filling in for the loss of John Callaway, almost identical numbers, basically.
Cole took a huge step forward. I took a step back, so...
Yeah, I think it's a matter of you guys finding the right mix and what's going to be successful. And like you said, the experience against the Orioles, it's always hard to beat a team, 3 times in a row. Yeah. So the first time we play you guys would be the 3rd time in a row. We beat you twice, but it's going to be a dogfight.
We'll take it.
All right. Well, corner, pub, division, Orioles and Astros. Battlehawks.
Gus is eating. I'm not going to make a pull the ball, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah, we can pull.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we'll put it right. Make sure it says corner, not kidding. Yep, says corner, everyone. All right, corner, pub, and grill. Orioles and Astros. Cam, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Cam. Go ahead.
Stealing his back.
We'll put all of the wiffle balls back inside of the Breck-X bucket, and we will move on to Tier 3.
All right.
Tier 3, this is when it rounds out. This is, while Tier 2 is exciting, you see these matchups playing. Orioles and Astros were already together. I don't think it was Yankees White Sox last year.
That was a switch.
So there's the switch there. So it's going to be interesting. The only one that can be the same is if the Athletics go there.
Yep.
Now, when you look at this crew, you know there's the Rockies, the Expos, and the Athletics. Just looking at a pure storyline standpoint, is there any of those teams that you want to fit into one of these divisions?
Who were the teams left?
Expos, Athletics, and Rockies.
I think the Expos going with the Orioles and the Astros. I like the storyline of John Light and the Orioles playing each other. I think that's always fun.
And the Expos, Astros. Expos' only win last year was Game 1 against the Astros.
Yeah,
So you know,
that's true.
Astros are hungry to get that back because that could have cost them a playoff spot. And then you know that the Expos really want to face off and defeat those Orioles.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good storyline indeed. And I think everything's going to fall how it may, but all three of these teams, Expos, Athletics, and Rockies, have been playoff teams before. That's how crazy this is. They're all in the bottom tier, and all three of them have
And
playoffs.
again,
Two of them been champions.
our league is just only getting better.
Yeah.
As we get older, which is crazy to think about,
Yeah.
any team can make a push to the playoffs, and the Expos have proved it. If you can make the playoffs, you can win.
I think this is this the first year ever? It is. The first year ever that all 9 teams have been in the playoffs.
Wow.
First year ever. Because last year was the White Sox Marlins. The year before that was Astros, hadn't been in it. So,
Yep.
yeah, wow. Amazing stuff. Year
Exciting.
after year, it keeps getting better. So let's call up Mr. Steve Hayes in the building for the A's, ready to shock the world in 2023 again, like they have been trying to do since 2016. Not to bring up that long ago time, Steve, but you know, what's it going to take? You got Alex Heck back. You got the heart and soul of the A's back finally, and it was great to have him there. But what's it going to take for the A's to get back into that playoff punch, back to that franchise of the year mentality? What needs to happen for these A's?
You know, I think this year with Evan coming back after a year of experience, he had a good rookie pitching year, and Josh is going to come back as pitcher only, I think, which we struggled most with pitching in the past. And I think, you know, one more year of experience with Evan and Josh being pitcher only, I think we have a good chance of making it to the playoffs, and I'm looking forward to the future of the A's.
Yeah. The Evan Poe signing was very good, and obviously getting him back for 2 more years. He signed a 2-year deal with Evan, and I think he's only going to get better and better. You know, he may have had some moments where he pitched a little too fast and games got extended that way, but I think when he continues to get those reps for you guys, that lefty power arm for you guys is going to be good.
He's been practicing this offseason. He's got a you know, a mount set up in his basement. He's ready to go.
Awesome. All right, well, very good. Well, you know, looking at these tiers so far, Steve, it's tough no matter where you put it, but is there anyone that you're looking for? Or do you not want to say it just because in case you don't get it?
You know, I think we can beat anyone.
Okay.
You know, everyone's competitive, but I think we can hang with the best of them too. So no one in particular, but
do you want the same division as last year, or would you rather be something different? Maybe ask that question.
Something different.
Something
sure.
different.
Yeah.
All right, so nothing but corner is what we want here for you. All right, good luck, Steve. The Athletics will be joining the corner division. The same exact division is in place. I don't know if we've had that in a couple of years where the same exact division has gone through. So I guess that's the same way the Orioles swept the division last year. They went 4-0. So now it's a chance for the Astros and the Athletics to have some revenge for this year. Every team's getting better. So there's the corner pub division. Any reactions? It's not what you wanted, I know, but now that it's happened.
You know, I think it's going to be hard to, sweep us again all 2 years in a row. So I'm, looking forward to it, and it'll be a good rivalry between us three.
Yeah, for sure. The rivalry will continue, and the Orioles will have a tough task to go 4-0 in that division one more time. All right, Steve, thanks for joining us.
Thank you both.
Enjoy your food. Thanks for being at 1356 Public House. That's our first division, Gus. Let's get our initial reactions here. Corner Pub division, Orioles at the top from Tier 1. Tier 2 is the Astros and the Athletics. Same exact division.
Yeah.
The only one that could have played out like that. What do you think so
It's a
far?
little bit of a bummer, you know.
It is kind of a bummer.
You want them to
Redo
play
it.
new
Change.
teams.
Redo change on the spot.
But maybe it'll be fun. What you said about we're gonna have battles against each other
Yeah.
again. multiple times, so we'll see what happens.
There was a quiet over the crowd. Did you hear it when he pulled the corner? Like people were kind of like, oh man, like,
Really
it's
let out
not-
a deep sigh.
I know it's not that exciting, but you know what? The Astros and the Athletics will definitely be hungry to take that division from the Orioles. So it will still be a nice rivalry, as you mentioned.
So these last two teams, say, where do you hope they fall?
You know,
Rockies
and Expos. I don't know. I think that the Expos Marlins rivalry could be fun. Trying that one, but also I think who were the Expos with last year? Yankees, White Sox. It was Yankees, White Sox.
Yankees, White Sox, Expos.
Expos last year.
Haley was at the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Let's invite Mr. Blake Spencer of the Rockies to come on down. Next draw for the SWBL Division Draw, Season 21. Blake, thanks for being here. Of course, the Rockies coming off worst season in franchise history. I'll just get it out there. 2-8. It is not indicative of what you guys can do. Obviously, you're one of the most storied players in the history of the league. Rockies have multiple championships in the franchise era, including you, BK, and Grant at the core of that. Getting Grant back will be big, getting another lefty at bat, because you just signed Adam North and Jason Worsham going back to your team, along with Chad. You have the arms, you have the bats. It's just about all putting it together this year, your second year running it back.
It's about piecing the puzzle together. Actually practicing for the season. We're going to practice.
And I think Jason and Adam are only going to get better. They both, Adam coming off Rookie of the Year, Jason was right behind him in Rookie of the Year. So I think they're both going to get better at the plate for you guys. And even if they're not pitching, they can do some offensive stuff for you guys that will really help you guys. Hopefully improve on that 2-8 and push into a playoff spot. Do you guys think you are a playoff team in 2023?
I would hope so. It's highly improbable that we have as bad of a season as last year, but I think especially in Mowit, Jason had a great season. Adam had a great season, especially at the plate for Jason. We're hoping that's going to carry on to the league this year. So we're optimistic, and we're gonna find our way through this.
And even the wins that you did have were big wins. I mean, defeating the White Sox in one of your games was like a huge win, and you were so close to defeating the Twins at a huge high-scoring game against the Twins in season 20. So you were close to getting those wins. You had so many games where it was just a couple runs away that could have even made you a 500 team last year. It just didn't fall your way. So, let's pull it. Twins, White Sox, or Yankees, Marlins. After you pull, we'll talk about it and see. I won't ask who you want. We're just going to go for it. It'll be Cardinal or Koetting that's left in the bucket.
It is Cardinal.
Twins, White Sox, Rockies. What do you think? You don't have the former champs. What do you got?
So initially, I was really not going to be in the corner with the Orioles.
Okay.
So I'm happy that thanks to Steve for filling that spot. So let's see here.
Twins, White Sox, Rockies. Twins and White Sox, obviously, no slouches.
Yeah, no
But
slouches at all.
if you guys can play to your full potential, that division becomes very interesting. If all three teams play to their full potential.
We had some great games versus the Marlins last year. It would have been great to have another 2 games versus them this season. But
And you have already defeated the White Sox.
yes, we have.
So that could be, a point of succession for you guys, having 2 games against a team you already know that your squad defeated last year. So you got to look at it that way too. So, all right, Blake, good luck to the team in 2023. We'll see you shortly. All right, that brings us to the Expos.
Let's go.
Expos have a lot of representation here today. I'll call up Kevin Tucker, captain of the Expos, Hall of Fame member of the SWBL, Mr. Kevin Tucker. Kevin, why don't you pull it right away? You already know where you're going. Yankees, Marlins, Koetting Eye Center Division.
We're getting Jimmy a monocle.
Yes, very nice. And you played the Yankees in the same division last year. You had the Yankees and White Sox in the same division. Obviously, Yankees being former champs. You guys are former champs. But Marlins, one of the hottest teams. They kind of did a similar run to what you guys did last year. So it's kind of those 2 teams that were at the basement and then worked their way to competing for a title, but in your case, winning a title. Is this kind of what you guys were thinking, hoping for? Is it good, bad? What's your reaction to the Koetting Eye Center?
I think we like it. It seems like a pretty easy division, so we should clean up nicely there.
Clean up nicely, indeed. You guys are one of those wild card teams that could completely surprise everybody again. We just have no idea, and then or it could be another basement year. But what's your expectations for your team? Are you bringing anybody back new? You know, I know you just signed Jack Light. Is there going to be new blood on the Expos? Any thoughts, rumors?
I think bringing back Jack Light is going to be big. I think he's going to progress a lot this year, and keep him around in the future too, and not let any other teams like the Marlins try to steal him from us.
He is definitely the bigger future cornerstone that you can look for in a franchise coming up. Because a lot of the other sons and daughters are a lot younger in the league, so he's kind of the first one that can take that young blood as we get older and run with it. So you guys definitely have some. Hopefully, lock him up for a few more years and extend him because he may be worth it in the long run. All right, Kevin, thanks for being here. Enjoy the beers at 1356 Expos with the Yankees and Marlins at the Koetting Eye Center Division. That round is out, Gus. Let's show the people one more time out there on the video for our YouTube. This will also be on Spotify as well. Our voices, but not the video. But the YouTube, you will be able to see it. We have here our Cardinal Blinds divisions with the former champs, the Twins, and then the White Sox, a playoff team from last year, and Rockies, perennial playoff team in the past, and a former champion coming off of their lowest season of the year, but look to improve. Corner Pub division is the same exact division as last year with the Orioles, Astros, and Athletics. Should be interesting to see if it goes the same way or something new and different this year. And the Koetting Eye Center, we have the Yankees, Marlins, and Expos. All three divisions, Gus, they're looking good. You know, is there anyone that you think is a little more competitive than others? What's a big surprise? Could we see any of these teams surprising another? What's your biggest surprise, your prediction for this coming year?
I think there's a lot on the Rockies, especially, because they're going to have two tough teams to beat.
But they can play spoiler.
But they can play spoiler. And going 2-8, like Blake said, I think they have the pieces to make a run. They just need to piece it together and see how they do. So,
you know,
I like the Rockies. I like the Rockies.
You know, obviously seeing these divisions is always exciting. I get to take this home. I get to start printing out the little papers, you know, to move around for the schedule and start to piece it together. But looking at these divisions, if you had to throw a name out there were 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs last year. Just looking at the divisions, Rockies, Astros, Athletics, Expos. Which one has the best shot of pushing into a playoff spot? A lot of people are pointing at themselves in the audience.
Yeah, you put some pressure on me. Let's see. You know, I'm going to stick with the Rockies. I like the team.
Is there the possibility in your head that all 3 Cardinal Blinds teams make it?
No.
You never think it'll happen? No. So it's going to be a 2-2-1 situation?
2-2-1. Has that ever happened? All 3 from?
I don't think so.
No.
But it could. All right.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. What about you, Sam? Same question. Which team do you think can make the push?
I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I really think you're right. I think it depends on the Rockies year, and I actually think it depends on the Orioles year, how well they can repeat that second year as well. I could see the Astros pushing into a playoff spot for this next year out of the 4 teams, just based on the division. Because if the Orioles, they went 8-2 last year, so if they falter back to 7-3, 6-4, that's a win that possibly the Astros could pick up 1 or 2.
I do think 2 of those teams will. 2 of those bottom 4 teams from last year will make it into the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Because I think the Marlins, it's going to be so hard to repeat what they did. It's going to be hard. So,
but even the Athletics and the Expos all have the pieces too. Like it seems like almost all of these rosters have some big name player, whether it's Cy Wiffle, contention, MVP contention. Everybody has somebody that can make a huge impact on any game.
Yeah, it'll be a fun year. Most competitive year we've ever had.
We keep saying that every year. Every year it happens. We'll see what happens in season 21. It is a new era of the SWBL. After our 20 seasons in the past, we are moving on to another 1 year, season 21. Gus, thanks for joining me in the booth today.
Good job.
Finally get to eat some food here at 1356 Public House. Give a big shout out to our division sponsors, Cardinal Blinds and Shutters, Corner Pub and Grill, and the Koetting Eye Center. There'll be a lot of chatter after we turn off the camera and the microphone, just to see some trash talk, some smack talk, see what happens with these teams. Find out Memorial Day 2023. See you. Woo!